Hi everyone, I am Dr. J. Shifa Manmati, Assistant Professor, PG Department of Zoology, Sadakatullah Appa College, Tirunelveli. Now let us go into see the topic in developmental biology. The topic is metamorphosis in amphibian. This is the life cycle of the frog. The life cycle of the frog started with the eggs, then converted into the tadpole, then finally converted into the adult stage. Introduction of the topic, that is metamorphosis in amphibian. Metamorphosis is a biological process by which an animal physically develops after birth or hatching and relatively abrupt change in the animal's body structure through cell growth and differentiation. The radical changes transformation of larva into an adult is known as metamorphosis. Usually in animal amphibians, the egg hatches into the larva that is called as tadpole. To become the adult, the tadpole undergoes the metamorphosis. The larva is different from adult in its ecological, morphological, physiological and biochemical changes. Let us see one by one. The first changes are ecological changes. The tadpole is an aquatic condition but the adult in terrestrial mode of life. Metamorphosis means the transition from the aquatic life to the terrestrial life. Usually, the tadpole is herbivorous in nature but the adult is carnivorous in nature. The second one, morphological changes. During metamorphosis, tremendous changes takes place on the structural organization of the tadpole. There are two categories. The first one is the regressive changes and the second one is the progressive changes. The first one, regressive changes. Certain structures of the tadpole are not essential for the adult life. That's why they degenerate and disappear. Mainly the tail and the fin folds are completely resorbed. The gill glyphs are closed. The cavities are disappeared. The mouth changes its shape. Finally, the ventral suckers are disappear in the adult stage. Second one, progressive changes. Certain structures are well developed and become functional after the metamorphosis. The limbs are well developed and undergo differentiation. The middle ear and tongue developed. The heart became three-chambered in the adult stage. The function of the lungs are intensified. The third changes of the tadpole, physiological and biochemical changes. In the physiological and biochemical changes, so many processes are taking place. The first process is excretion. In excretion means the tadpole excretes ammonia. That's why it's known as ammonotelic. The adult frog excretes urea. That's why it is known as ureotelic in condition. Then second one, the level of the serum albumin. During the metamorphosis, there is a steady increase in the amount of the serum albumin in the blood. Third one, the role of the digestive enzymes. The tadpole is herbivorous in nature, but the frog is carnivorous in nature. Usually, the carnivorous diet contains more proteins. So, there is a necessity for increasing the activity of proteins enzyme. The name of the protein enzymes are pepsin and trypsin, which digest the proteins. Then the next one, the level of the hemoglobin or content of the hemoglobin. The tadpole's hemoglobin binds with oxygen more readily, while the frog hemoglobin binds with the oxygen less readily. During metamorphosis, the uptake of the oxygen is increased. Next, the visual pigments of the frog. In the rods of the retina, there are two kinds of the pigments are found. One is the rhodopsin, another one is the porphyropsin. Rhodopsin means it is found in the terrestrial mode of life, but porphyropsin is found in the aquatic life. Then the next role of the lysosomal enzyme. The major role of the lysosomal enzymes are involved in the dissolution of the tail during the metamorphosis of frog. Some of the hydrolytic enzymes increases about 20 times in the course of metamorphosis. The other enzymes are increased, namely cathepsin, deoxyribonuclease, acid phosphate, alkylate phosphate and peptidases. Then finally, the role of the hormones in amphibian metamorphosis. The initial signal for the metamorphosis is given by the hypothalamus. It is present in the brain. It contains specialized nerve fibers called neurosecretory nerve fibers. The nerve fibers secrete a chemical substance is called as neurosecretion. It contains a factor called thyrotropin releasing factor. The major role of the hormone, that is high thyroxine. It's an iodine containing thyroid hormone. It is secreted by the thyroid gland. It's a protein hormone. In amphibians, the major role of the thyroxine, it brings about the metamorphosis. In mammals, it improves the growth and stimulates the protein synthesis. It increases the absorption of the monosaccharides. That's all the amphibian metamorphosis. Thank you.